right now on 5 on your side at 10.
A weather first weather alert for a wintry mix Friday. Why this round of winter weather won't be lingering.
Tonight, a man is charged for a downtown crash that killed a mom and her daughter. Now the driver in another high-profile crash says the publicity from this case is hurting his chances for a fair trial. Caught in the chaos. Tonight, a St. Louis mom talks about taking cover with her young son when shots rang out at the Kansas City Chiefs victory parade.
It's a sad conversation.
Plus new details on what led to the deadly gunfire. We start tonight with that weather alert. A wintry mix of rain, sleet, and snow is expected to move in as you head out the door in the morning. Good evening. I'm Mike Bush.
I'm Kelly Jackson. Some of our northern counties are already under a winter weather advisory tonight. Let's get straight over to Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell. You have the latest.
I sure do. And that winter weather advisory focused to the north of St. Louis. Really, it should pick up here between 3 and 6 tomorrow morning, north and west of St. Louis, and then during the morning rush hour in the metro area. That timing is a little sooner than we have been talking about the last couple of days. And because of that, the potential's there, especially north and west, for some slick spots to develop during the morning rush hour. And then through the morning, that spreads into St. Louis. The cooler air is filtering in now. We've dropped to 42 degrees. That becomes the new low for the day in St. Louis. But our focus is really up to the north and west across Nebraska, into Iowa, and starting to move into parts of Kansas. We're watching development here. That's going to increase here. As this system pulls to the east, it starts dragging warm, humid air from the south of us up over this cooler air. That's going to generate this band of what we think will start as a little rain and then change to a brief period of sleet before it transitions over to snow. Here's the lowdown. If you're north of St. Louis, that wintry mix likely impacts your morning commute. In the metro area, it's starting sometime around or during the morning rush hour. Temperatures will be very close to freezing or just above. Ground temperatures, though, are above freezing. Metro impacts overall wet roads, but when we have the snow coming down at a bit more intense rate, you're going to see some slushy spots develop. As far as that advisory, it's for areas far to the north of St. Louis. That does include Bowling Green, up towards Carrollton, Carlinville, heading over towards Litchfield and Nokomis in Illinois. We'll be back in a few minutes. We'll talk about accumulations. Metro area, not a huge storm, but there's some spots north of St. Louis that might see more than 3 inches.
And tonight, road crews on both sides of the river are on standby, ready to respond if road conditions start to worsen. IDOT tells us crews double-checked equipment and fueled up trucks today. MoDOT is urging drivers to slow down and anticipate changing road conditions. Of course, the Today in St. Louis team will have the latest forecast and road conditions beginning at 4 a.m. And of course, you can watch on air or stream all of our newscasts on 5+. It's free to download on Roku, Fire, and Apple TV. Just search for KSDK in the App Store. And remember, you can get the latest Weather First forecast anytime. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355. We'll send it straight to your phone.
Just hours ago, charges were filed against the driver accused in the crash that killed a mother and daughter in downtown St. Louis. Monty Henderson of Kirkwood is charged with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter and 2 counts of armed criminal action. According to court documents, surveillance video shows Henderson blowing through a red light and going 70 miles per hour, which is twice the speed limit. Leticia Bracero and Alicia Cordova of Chicago were hit and killed late Tuesday night. They had just left the Drake concert at Enterprise Center. And this latest deadly crash has attorneys for the man charged in another high-profile crash, asking for a change of venue.
Monday marks 1 year since a Tennessee teenager was hit by a car downtown and lost her legs. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer was in the courtroom today and joins us now live. Diamond.
Well, Mike and Kelly, Janae Edmondson was just 17 years old when she was visiting downtown St. Louis for a volleyball tournament. And today, the attorney for Daniel Riley filed a motion for continuance, saying that he needed more time to review new evidence in this case. And Riley waived his right to appear.
She's trying to get her life back to some kind of a new normal. Obviously, everything's different, but she's working hard. I can tell you that.
Janae Edmondson's attorney, Kevin Carney, says nearly 1 year after the February 2023 crash that changed her life, she's continuing to make progress and rehabilitation. And she's now a freshman in college.
Thursday, another hearing in the high-profile case. This time, a motion for continuance filed by Daniel Riley's attorney, Dan Deemer.
All I know is I want Daniel to have a fair trial. And since day one, he has been made, a poster child for somebody who was violating their bond. He should have never been on bond, That's the point of this.
According to Deemer, he also filed a motion for a change of venue, saying it was necessary because of, quote, bad publicity his client received after another crash this week, resulting in the death of a mother and daughter who were walking downtown after attending the Drake concert. The judge denied the motion for both more time and a change of venue. In an interview Thursday with Mayor Tishaura Jones, she called for more street safety.
We are doing everything we can to implement traffic studies that have been sitting on shelves for years. We're using over $40 million of ARPA funds to deploy these resources to make our intersections, our top 10 dangerous intersections, safer.
Carney says it's best to move the case forward as soon as possible to get it to trial.
Janae hopes that her case can kind of be an example for change. And to some extent, we think that that has happened, but there's a lot more that needs to be done.
Now, the next hearing for this case will be February 23rd at the St. Louis Circuit Court, and this trial is set for March 4th of this year. Reporting in St. Louis, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
Tonight, the Kansas City community came together in the face of tragedy. A candlelight vigil was held for the victims of yesterday's shooting at the end of the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl victory celebration. Lisa Lopez Galvin, a popular local radio DJ, was killed. 22 others were hurt. At least half of the victims are younger than 16. The youngest, just 8. 2 teenagers are in custody tonight. Investigators say the shooting appears to have started with a fight.
Preliminary investigative findings have shown there was no nexus to terrorism or homegrown violent extremism. This appeared to be a dispute between several people that ended in gunfire.
Charges have yet to be filed. Police say there could be more arrests.
Tonight, an area mother is just back from Kansas City. She took her young son to the parade as a birthday present. Brent Solomon just sat down with her about their startling experience. Brent?
That it was, Mike. She tells me how she and her son ducked for cover. This was supposed to be a celebration on many levels for that family. Now they're just relieved they made it back home. It's not every day you get a message from an NFL player.
Happy birthday, Cole.
Former Chiefs fullback Christian Okoye sending a personal greeting to a Parkway student turning 11 years old. He found out little Cole is a big Kansas City fan.
And I'll see you soon. Hope I run into you.
Just days after the big win, that's all he wanted. We canceled his birthday plans, and that's what he wanted for his birthday.
They drove up and initially had a blast.
The weather was perfect. There were a lot of people there.
Until.
So we knew something was wrong, because when you see a group of people leaving abruptly, but it's not at the time that things should be ending, we could hear a commotion, and it was time to go.
But she says
there's nobody there to help you. The police, rightfully so, are running towards the scene after a while, but there was nobody left to direct those people out of the park. It was scary because so many people were still celebrating. While they're in the midst of the chaos, people are still in celebration mode, whether they know or not, and the Ferris wheel is still going. There are people still on the Ferris wheel. 30 minutes after this is already on the news.
She and Cole made it out, even helping 2 distressed teenagers get to safety. They're thankful they're safe. But this mom also realizes it's a birthday her son won't soon forget.
Here we are thinking we're going to celebrate his 11th birthday in a city that we love, just up the highway from St. Louis. And he's excited to go to school and tell his friends about the parade. What now does he say?
Dolby and son were supposed to stay in Kansas City through the weekend into President's Day. Shaken up by the entire ordeal, they left the next day.
New tonight, the Kirkwood City Council has voted down a proposal by St. Peter Catholic Church to close down a busy street. Church leaders wanted to close a portion of Jefferson Avenue to join the church with its school campus. They said it would improve student safety. Tonight was the first of 2 special nights at Country Bob's Family Dining in St. James, Missouri.
New tonight, Robert Townsend takes us to the restaurant in Phelps County where the generous owner is paying it forward to emergency responders.
It's another night at Country Bob's in St. James. Come inside and you'll see the energetic owner, Travis Holt, his servers and cooks all on the go.
It's an absolute passion, and I love food, and I get to feed people.
His family-owned diner off North Jefferson has been a popular place for the past 14 years. Travis has run the business for 4 years now.
My mom helps at the front counter, but I make all the main decisions.
Recently, tough financial times hit them.
3 weeks ago, I made a Facebook post about how my business was struggling, and so we were hurting really bad.
About 4,000 people currently live here in St. James. Holt says right after he let everyone know his doors could possibly close for good, his community immediately came to his rescue.
It was all the other small businesses doing stuff.
They and longtime loyal customers rallied behind Country Bob's.
Oh, I cried all day for 5 days straight.
Now, with the help of 2 donors, for 2 days, the 37-year-old grateful diner owner is giving back.
I love all for